Uh, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What is happening? Good afternoon, guys. Shout out to Rebecca Kaplan, pure blood stalker, big time. Laughing dog in the building. David Chan, the early birds in the building. Shout out to the early birds, man. Shout out to the early birds. Salute, man. Shout out to Big Time, man. Big Time in the building, man. That's for working overtime. Salute to you and yours. Something's wrong with his money. Yeah, man. I'm hoping, the funny thing about this is that these are all suburbs that are being, these are all suburbs where these people are being, their houses are burning down. These are all the people that moved and tried to get away from niggas. These are all the people that moved out of LA to try to get away from niggas. These all the people, all these suburbs is the people that left LA proper, the city, to get away from Negroes. They moved out in the woods. They moved out in the sticks, and now their houses are burning down. So in a way, this does have something to do with black people. In a way, in a roundabout way, it has something to do with black people because we forced these people out in the sticks. We forced these people to move out into the sticks.
Extremely dangerous winds in Southern California are sparking wildfires. Already, we are seeing fires begin to erupt. On the left side of your screen is a fire in the Pacific Palisades raging in this hour. And on the right, about 20 miles away, is a brush fire in the Hollywood Hills. Winds are expected to top 60 miles an hour today, with gusts reaching 80 to 100 miles per hour in the mountains and foothills. These winds plus very low humidity add up to the perfect conditions for fires to break out. The National Weather Service is not mincing words, saying, quote, this is as bad as it gets in terms of fire weather.
NBC News meteorologist Bill Cairns is tracking the fire threat, but we'll begin with NBC News national climate reporter Chase Kane. Chase, some of the video that we're seeing already really doesn't look very good. Just a lot of smoke. What do we know? What's happening now? What are officials bracing for?
Well, some good news, Kate, is that fire that was burning in the Hollywood Hills right along the Sunset Strip, they were able to contain that fire quickly, but that is not the case with the much bigger fire that is burning in the Pacific Palisades. It went from a very small fire and exploded to more than 200 acres in just a matter of minutes. Officials are working to quickly evacuate people from homes. They've also started shutting off power in the area to make sure that there aren't any new fires started by potentially downed power lines. But this is a dangerous situation because this fire is moving so quickly. You mentioned, these strong sustained winds with the potential of winds gusting to hurricane force. So imagine you have these dry conditions. Los Angeles is in a moderate drought. It's been really more than 8 months since we've had any significant rain here in Southern California. So you have all this dry brush, and then you get that one little spark, that one little ember, and it just explodes like this. I mean, those winds can pick up an ember and blow it well outside where the core of the fire is burning. And that's one of the things that makes it so difficult for firefighters in conditions like this. I mean, you can probably hear the wind that's picking up even right now as I'm talking to you. So again, they're trying to get people out of that area in Pacific Palisades. If you're familiar with it, it's basically between Santa Monica and Malibu, right there.
Very wealthy areas. Again, these are the people that moved out of LA in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s to get away from the Bloods and the Crips. And they had to move as far as they could into the sticks, into the woods. And now their homes are burning up. God, dog.
There along the Pacific coast. Again, the fire is spreading quickly, and we're going to try and make our way out there and keep you updated on it, Kate and Zinkley.
Yeah, to see the winds behind you and the extent of that smoke is remarkable. Bill, what exactly is driving these strong winds, and does it look like they'll die down anytime soon?
Yeah, this is a classic Santa Ana wind event, and they're going to increase tonight, and then tomorrow they'll be a little lighter, but they're still going to be high. And this fire is going to burn to the ocean. The firefighters are not going to be able to stop it. It doesn't have that far to go even to get to the ocean. It'll probably only take less than a couple hours. So here's downtown LA. Here's at the airport at LAX. This is where the fire is burning. You can see them very nice, about 37-mile-per-hour wind gusts currently. So the firefighters, they're trying to drop water on this, and even when they drop the water, everything's not going where they want it to go. So here's a closer view. This is the ridge line right here that the fire is burning on. And with the strong northeast winds, this fire is going to burn to the south and toward the southwest. They're reporting a little bit of a fire shift in the winds recently, so it's heading to.
Man, what do you guys think, man? You know what? I'm gonna do a poll, man, because I'm gonna put up a poll. I want to know what you guys think about this, man. Let me salute to everybody out there. Everybody hit the like button for me, man. You know the rules. We're gonna I want to see what you guys think, man, about this, man, because this story is not good for Democrats. This story is not good for Democrats. I want to know what you guys think, man. This story is not good for Democrats, man. Not good for Democrats at all.
If it is true that Gavin Newsom is the absolute blithering idiot that I believe he is in the way he has handled fire management in this state again and again and again and again, this isn't a wake-up call. This is the kind of thing they have tribunals for.
I mean, we have a mayor who cut the budget of the fire department in California by over $17 million. Fire is the biggest hazard in Los Angeles. Why would you cut that budget?
And in 2019, I think Newsom said, I'm going to take care of the forests and maintain the forests and do all that kind of stuff. He didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. And then on top of that, they cut the water off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like, it's sad. It's like the place is just on fire.
Well, the whole state is just so poorly managed. It's so frustrating and confusing. And then he gets on TV and pretends like everything's great.
Mm-hmm.
And California's the best. We have the best state. We have the most amazing economy. And you're out of your fucking mind, dude. You've ruined the state. Personally ruined it.
Yo, you should see her resume. Has anybody ever have y'all seen this black mayor's resume? Press one if you've seen her resume, man. That shit is embarrassing, man. Let's see if I can find it, man. She is, it is insane. DEI is a motherfucker, bro. DEI. I just seen it the other day. It was everywhere. She is like, it's insane. Here we go. Here we go. I found it, man. Let me show you her resume, man. So this is the God damn, they make more money than she do. These two, oh my God, So here we go. Here's her resume, guys. Here's her resume. She started as a community organizer for the Venceremos Brigade, a pro-Cuban group. So she's a communist in the 1970s. And then visited Cuba 8 times. So she's a hardcore communist. Never held a job in the private sector. Founded Community Coalition in the 1980s and then parlayed that into a California State Assembly seat. Was gifted a congressional seat in 2010 by the Identity Politics box-checking Democratic National Convention to replace the retiring Diane Watson. Added fake credentials with a master's degree in social work from USC in 2015 as a 62-year-old congresswoman. In 2016, she called the death. Oh, shit. In 2016, she called the death of Fidel Castro a great loss to the people of Cuba. After Biden announced that he would pick a black woman as vice president in 2020, she made the short list. That is insane that Biden had her on the short list. I'm actually glad we got Kamala, man. Yo, could you imagine this chick as vice president, man? She was on the short list. Karen Bass. She was on the short list. of potential candidates. Shout out to Big Time, man. Big Time says, hey, Mark Dice has a video showing a Sun lesbian captain who said the Suns appreciate seeing someone who looks like them coming to put out fires. They always point out how segregation works. Yeah, what's her name? Kristen Crowley. That's her. Yeah, she was. She got grilled today, man. I saw. I saw her get interviewed a few minutes ago. She got Jesus Christ. The fuck is this? Kristen Crowley, Christina Kepner. Yo, Jesus. This is who's running the fire department. And look how much money they're making. God, dog. Jesus Christ. This is absolutely insane. Hey, man, I'm happy we had Kamala, man. My view has changed about Kamala, man. I've changed about Kamala, man. Kamala's not that bad, man. If he had Karen Bass on the short list for vice president candidates, man. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I said, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300 city firefighters, only one.
It's never enough. Oh, Lord.
115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
No, it doesn't. If they were the best and brightest, you wouldn't have to lower the standards for them. These people are insane. Yeah, this is insane. The best and brightest, but we're going to lower the standards for them.
Feel included, they feel valued, and they feel part of a cohesive team.
The chief also checks another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
That just kind of opens the door of people that thought, wow, I didn't even know that was an opportunity for me. I am super inspired.
Did you know? Hey, I just found this out today, guys. I just found this out today. You know James Woods, he's a staunch conservative, right? Did you know who remembers that the school, the high school in Quahog on Family Guy is named after him? Press 1 if you knew that. The high school in on Family Guy is named James Wood High School. Quahog. But that's not it though. Guess what? Hold on, let me move my face. Guess what? They made them change the name. I bet you didn't know that. They had to change the name of that high school on Family Guy. They had to change the name because he's so conservative. They had to literally change the name. The wokesters made them change the name, just like they made them, get rid of Uncle Ben's and Ancient Mama and the Redskins and all that, Land O'Lakes and all that stuff. They made the Family Guy change the name of James Wood High School. That's how far the George Floyd effect, that's how crazy it got after George Floyd. I did not know that till today. I did not know that till today. That's crazy.
But you guys pay, I think, the highest taxes in the United States. If not, you and New York are kind of tied, or Illinois, but among the highest. No water in the hydrants. 17.6 million cut from the fire department. Karen Bass, a recent headline. I think you might have tweeted that out from the New York Post.
Yeah. And our new fire chief, has, and by the way, LA Fire Department is fantastic. The people, it's like the people who work for the federal government, so many of us are good people, but the people in charge, she took over and she put on her bio that her priority, my highest priority, is inclusion, diversity, and equity. That is my priority. And so
they got building, got homes building in the background.
Somebody forgot to fill all the reservoirs, I guess, with water, because when I was getting smoke alarms, there was a fire truck parked in front of my house, but they couldn't pump any water because there was none, because they didn't put them in the reservoirs. Okay. And they were busy cutting, look, it's the same we had with all the crime we have in our neighborhood, in Los Angeles, when we had that idiot Gascon, they just didn't care. Everybody was running loose. They were smashing places. You couldn't walk down the street.
A return to competent leadership. This may be a wake-up call. We're not trying to make this political, but when you can't get water and your homes are burning and you have people trapped in their homes who don't have the ability to walk out, that's a problem. That's a real problem that has to be solved. So, James, I'm glad you were, I think you were the first one to actually put that out there last night.
Laura, with all due respect, if it is true that things were handled this way, if it is true that Gavin Newsom is the absolute blithering idiot that I believe he is in the way he has handled fire management in this state again and again and again and again, this isn't a wake-up call. This is the kind of thing they have tribunals for, where they try people and say, you had an oath of office to perform certain duties. When you're the fire chief, this isn't a social justice exercise that you're in charge of. This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds burning houses to the ground. I watched on a Ring camera a guy have to sit and watch his pet burn to death. Those things are issues of the heart when you watch a cherished little pet. Or, look, my home is a building. We worked 3 years putting the home together. We loved our little house, but it means nothing compared to the 5 people who lost their lives.
James,
so the wake-up call.
Yeah, I hear you. And again, we're going to learn a lot more about
Oh my God, man. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all this, man. Let me before I get too much if I get too far off base, man. Shout out to Mark Raywall, man. My man Raywall in the building, man. I want to show y'all something, man. Hold on, where we at? Now, this is from 2017. Remember, who remembers Hurricane Harvey in Hurricane Harvey in Houston, Texas? And people were looting like crazy. They got all types of, they broke into the Foot Locker. They looted like crazy. And Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones spoke out about it, and they were called racists. It was called racist by these same fuckers out here in the suburbs of Los Angeles. These same fuckers out in Santa Monica and Malibu and Palisades and Calabasas were calling people racist for They were saying that the black people was breaking into Foot Locker and in the cell phone store because they needed to eat, man. They was starving because of the hurricane, man. Took out the electricity, so they had to break into the Foot Locker in the goddamn Prada store to get something to eat. These same motherfuckers was calling people racist back then for saying that. Now I want you to see now. Let's fast forward ahead. Let's fast forward ahead. Let's fast forward ahead. I'm gonna show you. Look at these white people, man. What are you doing, man? This guy just trying to burn down. He's trying to burn some shit. Why do you get to accost this man? Why do you white people get to accost this man of color? He was just trying to burn down some houses, man. He needs some treatment, man. And he doesn't need to be shamed. Why are you shaming him? Shout out to my man, shout out to lovely Kimberly, man. Kimberly in the building, man. My man Ray Wall says, what up, Op? First donation of the year. Glad you're live this afternoon. As long as they're not blaming sons, it's all good. Yeah, man, this ain't us, man. This is Brown, man. They caught the brown man with the lighter fluid, man. And a blowtorch. They caught him with a blowtorch. No, that's a blowtorch in his hand. That's a blowtorch. They caught him with a blowtorch trying to set shit on fire. Yeah, how is he supposed to eat unless he burns stuff down, man? And you're only speaking out against him burning down homes because you're racist. I never forget, man, the way these liberals acted. I never forget the way they acted, man. Nah, we ain't no, we're not doing this where you get to just start demonizing people of color, demonizing migrants, man. So what, he wanted to burn some stuff down, man? You get your fucking hands. Look at this, man. Look how they got his arms, man. Look how these racist white people got his arms, man. And look at you person of color, you Asian person of color. You just gonna sit there and let it happen. You're not even gonna jump in. This is sad, man. Unbelievable, man. Here's a better picture of him. He said, what is the arsonist's home country? I'm going to say this is a Mexican. He looked like a Chicano, man. This guy looked like a Chicano, man. Yeah, it's racist, man. These are all Democrats. All these people who live out here in these sticks in California, all of them are Democrats. All of them are holier than thou. All of them all like to preach to you about all types of shit. Preach to you all day. These people are horrible.
What we know right now is that the incident started here, and about 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, a suspect was detained over in Woodland Hills area by citizens.
So someone purposely set the Kenneth fire?
At this time, that's what we believe, yes.
Do you know how or why they did that?
That I don't know.
Is this a crime scene right now?
Yes.
So everything's closed off?
It's being investigated as a crime. What we know.
That police chief is racist, man. Racist police chief. Turn in your badge.
Yeah, I remember our colleague Phil Schuman did a story on this a few years ago, which is kind of wild, where they're able to just fly in, basically have these tanks ready to go.
Watch this.
And it gets them water close because they know that an area like this, and look at that.
Wow.
There, woo,
look at
beautiful.
that. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Like, look how effective that is. So that's the difference.
Look at that. That is awesome, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's awesome. To just come by and just douse all that. Why didn't they have this on hand already, man? This must be some military shit. Wow, look at that. Jeez. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, Sons built that. We built that. Sons, we built that, man. Jasmine Crockett says so, man. Jasmine Crockett told me we built that, man. Wow.
Okay, let's go. Can we hop in? Can we hop in?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck. Where should we get it? Okay, look at the back.
Yeah, man, you ain't getting in my car. Y'all white people might try to carjack me, man. I don't trust you white people. Y'all might try to carjack me. Get in the back.
We got it. Okay. Grab the dog.
How are they throwing gasoline? The fuck?
These gliders, man.
How are they?
They probably don't want their car to blow up. They're probably scared. They're probably thinking that the heat is getting intense as they're driving down the road. They probably think it's going to implode. Like the gasoline is just going to burst because those fumes, all they need is a spark. So they're trying to get the gas out there. Cause I don't think these are looters. I don't think these people are doing this on purpose.
Throwing gasoline. The fuck?
But it does make you question. It does make you go,
Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today?
Yo, why is she like this is insane, man. Like, I know what she was thinking. She was probably being a defiant sister, right? She was probably like, all the media been calling me DEI and all this stuff. You know what? I'm gonna show them I got an attitude. But that's the reason why they don't need to be in power. Because so what, you got a fucking attitude. So what, you mad about things people saying about you in the media? You still got to answer the question. That's the fucking job. The job is to answer the question, not show people that you beefing with the press because they called you a DEI mayor.
Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
Yeah, whoever's running against her in the next mayor election, this is their campaign ad. Literally. She just made a campaign ad for her next opponent. This is weird, man. This is weird and cringy and unfit for leadership. She's unfit for leadership. What are you doing? No comment. How hard is it to say no comment? How hard is it to say, I'm going to make an official statement at such and such a clock? People of California, we're with you, and I'm going to speak to you directly at such and such a clock. Everybody stay strong. Listen out for the alerts. They're going to come on you. Alerts that come on your phone. Make sure you evacuate if you're in an evacuation zone. Other than that, I'm going to meet with my team, and we're going to we're going to have a meeting, and then I'm going to speak to you guys and give you guys an update. This bitch just sat there like looking stupid.
Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
No pun intended. All right, as the president throws it to the vice president.
Trevor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To fill
everything
the hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that. I would fill up the hydrants myself.
Jesus.
And these images from California just really break your heart. The wildfires have been absolutely devastating as thousands of people have lost their homes and all of their belongings. The Pacific Palisades is one area that has been hit the hardest. And as of right now, the fires only contained about 6%. That's actually some progress. Alexandra Pfeiffer sadly lost her home to the fire. She's a realtor in Los Angeles working to help clients who no longer have their homes. Good morning to you, Alexandra. Thank you so much for being here with us, given everything that you're going through right now.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry. It's been a rough few days, so a little disheveled, but happy to inform everyone what's going on.
Well, listen, I mean, I know the least of your
Disheveled, bitch. You lost your house, bitch. What are you talking about, bitch?
Worries right now.
You can tell they're rich. You can tell these people out here are rich just by saying stupid shit like this. What are you talking about? What is this bitch talking about?
Good morning to you, Alexandra. Thank you so much for being here with us, given everything that you're going through right now.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry. It's been a rough few days, so a little disheveled, but happy to inform everyone what's going on.
Well, listen, I mean, that's, I know, the least of your worries right now. And not only, are you kind of trying to figure out what you're going to do, you're also trying to help a lot of folks. Will you just tell us what the last few days have been like and how you get to helping other people?
I think the reason why I wanted to do this is because I don't think people really understand how horrific this is and was. And
yo, you said these people aren't rich. These people are very rich out there, man. These people are rich, man. The poor people out here are just well off. These people have multiple houses in Santa Monica and Calabasas, and these people are rich, man. These people are rich.
And it's also something that people need to really be aware of in communities where there are heavy winds, fire risk, exposed power lines. We went from leaving our home thinking that it would be a brush fire and in a small area to losing an entire town. It is the most unfathomable. I just can't even explain it. And it's a war zone where, I built a career and I've been there 20 years. I grew up there. All of my clients, and I'm talking about like thousands of people, don't have places to live and their homes are gone and nothing is standing. I can't even explain it. You can't conceive of it. And we left, as soon as we were told that it was a voluntary evacuation, because we live with mountains behind us. So we are used to the idea that there can be brush fire, but not community fire, not homes, you can't imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people talk about, well, folks in California usually have go bags and things of that nature, but this is a very different type of situation. Let me ask you, even though we look at the video and, your heart is just like, oh my goodness, what folks have been through, walking through the area, breathing in the air, kind of describe that for us.
Well, people have snuck in because everybody wants to know if anything is left. But the problem is that currently there are still active fires. They're spot fires. They're not heavy, but we have exposed gas lines and the power is shut off. But the lines that are hanging they still have electric charge. So it's very dangerous. I feel like while a lot of us are grateful that we're getting footage and people are seeing what's there, I've been told by the fire department to tell all of my friends and clients and neighbors not to go. But at the same time, we want to see what's left. There are very few homes that survived where I lived. The ones that did, they have terrible smoke damage. And I had a client go back and they watched their house explode because there was an exposed gas line. It wasn't from the fire. It was from the gas that was leaking. So it's, while it's a relief to see that there are portions of our home there, if there are any, it's dangerous. It's just not safe.
Yeah. You mentioned some of the things that the first responders have told you to tell your clients. Just as a realtor, where do people begin? What do you tell them when they have lost their homes? We were talking about, insurance, so many homes not having it anymore. What do you tell people?
Well, the first thing that we have to do is file insurance claims, because all of us have, this is a very, what I will say that the neighborhood, while the homes are expensive.
So now all these thousands and thousands of people have to file insurance claims. And they're going to have to get permits to build their houses. First, they're going to have to get the insurance claim. They're going to file the insurance claim. They're going to have to wait to get the cash. They're probably going to get lowballed. Then they're going to have to get a bunch of permits to build their house back up. Even though these people are rich and they voted for Kamala, and you know they're pieces of shit, it is still sad, man.
Now on the Eaton fire, which is still burning near Altadena, but crews have been able to get a bit of containment on that fire. Gina Kim joins us live now from Altadena with a look at some of the aftermath in that area. Gina, what are you seeing firsthand?
Hi there, Lisa. It is absolutely.
You say a 3-year rebuild? You got to understand, all these people are going to be doing this at the same time. All these people are going to be making these insurance claims. And all of them are going to be upset with how much they get. They're going to be contesting it. Then they're going to have to get permits. The permits, you see how poorly LA, California is run? You think a goddamn 10,000 people filing for building permits, construction permits? Well, one thing too is good. They're going to use a lot of illegal immigrant labor, man. They're gonna use a lot of these illegals. They're gonna be having people, build their houses for cases of Modelo, man. Economy the way it is, man. How can you paint this? Can you frame this whole house for 224 packs of Modelo?
Absolutely apocalyptic out here. I know that is a term that a lot of people have been using, and a lot of superlatives are being used every single day here as we head into and are midday through day 4 of the Southern California wildfires. Where I am is the heart of Altadena, and behind me is a gas station that was family owned for generations. And we talk
Indians, man, Patels, man. Shout out to my man TCT, man. He say thanks for the daytime show. Salute to you, bro. Yo, how did this not blow up? They must have turned off the gas. I don't know what they did for this not to blow up.
Talked to the owner earlier today, and he wants to rebuild. He was talking with Chevron just about an hour ago, and he told us that there's still thousands of gallons of fuel underneath. So very, very.
Okay, so there are thousands of gallons of fuel underneath here.
Difficult situation. And then if you want to pan over to that apartment building right behind the Chevron, this is just an example of the eclectic nature of this fire. This gas station burns down to a crisp, and the apartment building right behind it still standing. But we are at 56 square miles that have burned so far in Southern California. By comparison, the entire city of San Francisco is 49 square miles, even more staggering numbers. As you mentioned, there are some 10,000 structures. These are homes and businesses that have burned so far. That is just an estimate based on aerial surveillance. Once they actually get on the ground and are able to do more in-depth assessments, those numbers could grow. The 10 dead, as you mentioned, that is also just an estimate. Once they go from house to house, that number is likely to grow. And we are expected to have even more Santa Ana wind conditions next week.
Yeah, and that's a troubling thought, considering we just saw another little fire pop up. Gina, so many things have happened this week in terms of evacuations, people trying to get out of the path of danger. We've
At least 10 people are confirmed dead, and more than 10,000 structures have burned.
Yeah, that's a great number. And any loss of life is bad, but 10 people dead, 10,000 structures burnt. You got 10,000 structures burned down, and only 10 people are dead. That's amazing, man. That is amazing. That's commendable, man. That's commendable.
Across the Los Angeles area as a result of multiple catastrophic wildfires. Emergency crews are working around the clock to contain the flames, which have continued burning as a result of powerful winds. More than 150,000 people in the Los Angeles area are under evacuation orders across LA County. Officials say firefighters have made some progress against the 5 major wildfires burning in the area. But tensions.
LAFD battled all night on the Palisades fire, the Hearst fire, the Kenneth fire.
Yo, stop it. Yo, my man, right? Look at my man, yo. Look at the homie, man. Look at
tensions.
LAFD battled all night on the Palisades fire, the Hearst fire, the Kenneth fire, and airdrop efforts, thank goodness, continue. LAFD also responded to and extinguished fires in Pacoima.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Goodness continue. LAFD also responded to and extinguished fires in Pacoima, Hollywood, Studio City, and more.
But tensions remain high as firefighters continue to battle these blazes in the area. Many residents have reported getting false or inaccurate evacuation warnings, which officials are working quickly.
Oh, come on, man. Y'all can't put that shit out, man. Come on, man. Standing there looking at that shit, man. Put that shit out real quick, man.
Quickly, they say, to address. CBS News correspondent Elise Preston is reporting on the ground in Santa Monica, California. I see you there, Elise. What is the situation like right now?
Well, we are in Santa Monica. This is the Pacific Coast Highway, Lana, and back right behind me is the Palisade Fire. That is one of the most dangerous ones that is still burning. It's been one of the most destructive of these 5 fires, and it's only 8% contained. You can see that thick haze that's behind me that's just kind of hovering in the horizon. That is smoke from the fire as firefighters work tirelessly to get those flames out that have been kicked up by winds. Now, the winds are expected to die down, but then expected to kick back up on Sunday, causing a lot of trouble here. Now, along this Pacific Coast Highway, the only vehicles that are allowed in and out are emergency personnel of some type. So you have to show some type of credential or be like a law enforcement agent or a fire vehicle. Those are the only ones that we're seeing pass along this Pacific Coast Highway. The other danger here in Southern California, Lana, is not just these flames. It's not the winds that are carrying the flames and embers, but they've created such a poor air quality. You see, I'm talking to you with a mask. After several days of being out here, it does feel like my throat and chest feels raspy. My eye drops. I'm so thankful that our audio engineer, Steve Miller, he shared some eye drops with me today. I've been putting them in all morning long because the air is burning my eyes. So there's a lot of concern for Angelenos who, even if they're not necessarily in the danger zone with their home.
And Elise, continue to be safe out there, and a good reminder for anybody in the area that the air quality is so poor. Officials are saying you need to be wearing masks. But let's talk specifically about fire containment, because there are 5 different fires. The Palace.
Let's return to the US, because thousands of firefighters are still trying to control 5 blazes that have devastated Los Angeles, burning down swathes of the city and reducing some of the world's most expensive and sought-after properties to ashes. There has been some progress in containing some of the wildfires, but firefighters say changes in wind strength and direction could make things more difficult over the course of the day. More than 150,000 people have been ordered to leave their homes. A further 160,000 have been warned to be ready to evacuate quickly. The LA County Sheriff has told the BBC the city's suburbs looked as if they'd been hit by an atomic bomb. Many neighborhoods have been left unrecognizable. Well, the destruction is expected to cost up to $150 billion, and the National Guard has also been deployed. A nighttime curfew has been imposed in the areas impacted by the Pacific Palisades fire and the Eaton's fire. And police are warning that anyone involved in despicable looting will be arrested. Finally, let me show you what the firefighters are battling 5 fires.
Look at this shit. Just look at this shit. Everybody left here once the sun turds showed up. Once the sun showed up, everybody left here, moved out, and now they thought they got away from the problem, man. They thought they was home free. Not quite. Not so fast, man. Not so fast, man. Not so fast. Thought you was home free. You had got away from the Negroes, man. Nah, man. We coming to get y'all. Fire. Jeez. Jesus, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm looking for something I wanted to show y'all. Here we go. Here it is. Let me show y'all this. Let me show you why all these people live out here. Let me show you why all these people live out here. I'm about to show y'all. You ain't gonna get this nowhere else, man. Hit the like button. You ain't gonna get this nowhere else. Ock Nation exclusive. These are Negroes in the late 60s. Rich Negroes in the late 60s in Los Angeles. Rich Negroes in the late 60s in Los Angeles. Well-to-do Negroes, upper middle class Negroes in Los Angeles in the late 60s. Talking, watch, listen.
By 1970, there'll probably be 1 million Negroes in this city. And I know that people are concerned about this. They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church.
By 1970, there's going to be 1 million Negroes in Los Angeles. These Negroes left the South to get away from get away from sun turds. They left the South to get away from sun turds. And then the niggas found out, oh, it's housing and land and jobs out there in Los Angeles. Let's go down. Let's go out there. And these niggas, listen to what these niggas, these wealthy niggas are saying. Listen very closely.
Los Angeles a month. By 1970, there'll probably be 1 million Negroes in this city. And I know that people are concerned about this. They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church when he said there'd be 1 million Negroes in Los Angeles.
We shudder because we're saying, in essence, the majority of these people are not like we are. And we felt that maybe some of us felt we left the South because we were getting away from this problem. We are part of this exodus too. But we are a little maybe embarrassed by the fact that here we're going to have a mass element come in that's going to create a tremendous social problem in the community to which we find a great deal of difficulty in relating to.
Well, I don't want to sound like a do-gooder because I really am not, and I'm somewhat of a snob. But I do think that with these people coming in who are not our intellectual equals, nor are they of our social,
who aren't our intellectual equals or our social equals. Listen to how they talking about the niggas in the South that started to move to LA. The niggas who would eventually create the Bloods and the Crips and destroy the city and force everybody to have to move out into the sticks.
somewhat of a snob. But I do think that with these people coming in who are not our intellectual equals, nor are they of our sociological bracket, they're not to be a handicap to us. They'll find their own level. Now, I do sound like a snob, but I don't mean it this way. But they're used to living a certain way, and they too might rise up above their origin and might one day be our associates.
The whole tone of this meeting is we're setting ourselves up as little puppet Jesuses. We can't help anyone else until we help ourselves. The Negro has had 2 professions, his own medicine, dentistry, law,
Yeah. We left the South and came to Los Angeles to escape the profession of being a Negro. And now here come a bunch of niggas following us out here.
And we're out here a while and we're working in our own field, and then we find out that here these same problems are following on the heels of 1,600 Negroes a month that come into Los Angeles. Now,
1,600 Negroes a month coming into Los Angeles. God, dog. Oh shit! And all the women pregnant, and all the dudes is fucking shiftless and gangsters and jive turkeys. I guarantee you, when them niggas showed up in Los Angeles, his ass moved out to Compton or Long Beach, and then the niggas destroyed Compton and Long Beach and Gardenia and all those areas. So then they moved further out. And then they kept moving because niggas came out and destroyed that shit. And they kept moving, and they ended up out in the sticks, and now their houses are burning down. Press one.
this is our problem. It's our own view. It's our own identifying with these Negroes that are coming in with their carpetbags that causes us problems.
This is a basic embarrassment that we as Negroes have. We want to live together, yet we want to sort of scatter to the far winds and live amongst white people. We are born.
Uh-oh. Let's play that one more time. One more time.
Basic embarrassment that we as Negroes have. We want to live together, yet we want to sort of scatter to the far winds and live amongst white people. We are brought up in terms of this, that to...
Woo! Shout out to Eddie Arm. He said, pledge, brilliant show so far today, Ak. Thank you for your time and wisdom. Yeah, man. You only gonna get this here, man. You only gonna get this here, man. These niggas said, man, there's 1,600 niggas showing up in Los Angeles every month. This is a crisis, man. This is a crisis, man. We came out here to get rid of you niggas. And niggas follow you. That's one thing white people know this. White people know it. White people know it better than you do, niggas. Well, niggas will follow you. Niggas are like fucking flies, man. Niggas and flies, man. Niggas will follow you, destroy it, and then you'll leave again. They'll follow you to the new place you go. They'll destroy that. You'll leave again. They'll come follow you, destroy that. You'll leave again. And then finally you so far out, it ain't nothing but fucking woods behind you. And now the fucking house is on fire. Shit. Oh my God, man. Jeez. Soon them white folk gonna live in the ocean, man. They gonna set up they gonna set up a marina or a coastal community, man. They gonna be living in the fucking Pacific Ocean to get away from niggas, man. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. It's unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Did all that to get away from suns and ran into the fucking forest, man. Now you got forest fires, man. Jeez. Jeez. Oh, let me get it. Let me see something, man. So apparently, these guys are casing the Sunset firehouses looking for a score. I approached him and he said, I don't speak English. I live here. He doesn't live here. These are professional looting rings operated by an organized entity. Open your eyes to what's happening. Jesus. Hundreds of looters invade the Palisades neighborhood. Cars pull up, doors open, and groups of men run up to doors of evacuated houses. There were 100 people who came up on scooters, and they were trying to get into any and all houses. Wow. Wow. These are migrants. These are migrants. I'm pretty sure these are migrants. On scooters, those are migrants. Let me drop the link, man. I'm going to drop the link right quick, man. If you want to come up, man, I'm dropping the link. It's funny how we don't got any footage of that. It's funny how we don't got no footage of that, man. They suppressing that, man. Wow. California residents won't evacuate wildfires because of looters. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, man. Wow. Well, we did him last night, yeah. Did him last night, yeah. Let me see the latest. Roving gangs of illegals behind California's horrific spree of fire looting. Yo, if that's really true, if it turns out to be this shit, man, that's gonna be crazy. I don't know why sign language is so funny, man.
Well, in coordination with our federal and state partners, how we can stop.
So, is he speaking like Ebonics, or he's speaking regular sign language? Do they have do blacks have got a broken sign language?
Well, in coordination with our federal and state partners, how we can stop the messages that are going out right now that are not being initiated by a human action, to stop that and then understand how that occurred so that the tool can still be used for what was identified as like a critical fire weather that we're still in experiencing and will continue to experience. Well, in coordination with our federal and state partners, how we can stop the messages that are going out right now that are not being initiated by a human action.
Wow.
So first and foremost, our hearts go out to everybody that's going through this. It's a horrible situation, and there are a lot of displaced people right now, and there are people with obvious need for concern. But we're inundated with calls now for private security, just due to the fact that people are left in such vulnerable situations.
Inundated with calls for private security. I told you those people out there are fucking rich. Your house just burned down and you're paying for private security. Or not your neighbor's house, or your house is in an evacuation zone and you're paying for private security. These people are rich out here, man. These are Palisades, Calabasas. These people are very, very rich, man. These are all your fucking Hollywood, your fucking Democrats and shit.
Concern, but we're inundated with calls now for private security, just due to the fact that people are left in such vulnerable situations. Displaced people whose homes are near the zones that were impacted. We're trying our best. You know, we've already pretty much committed all the assets I have in California to various assignments, but we're trying to mobilize some more out-of-towners, which has its own issues. Everybody that we have is former law enforcement, but not everybody's licensed in the state of California, so that's something I'm dealing with. The government has a very, obviously, horribly, really difficult job that they're dealing with, and right now we're in the worst part of it from my perspective, trying to deal with my clients' needs and concerns, and also trying to respect the government's job and try to work in conjunction with them instead of against them. You know, we're here to solve a problem, not cause one. That being said, I've been up all night trying to work logistics on getting people there and getting people housed, and getting appropriate vehicles and supplies. That's going to be a tough couple of days for my industry and for government and law enforcement, fire department, and obviously first and foremost the families and individuals and companies that are affected.
As I was getting my whole family out, all you have in your mind is just you're in survival mode at that point. I saw men coming into our neighborhoods. Police confirmed it. She had this to say. Take a listen.
It was wild. We just started seeing all these cars pull up, doors open, and groups of men running up our street. Going to
Men. Men. White men? Because we know if it was a white man, if a white man fucking sneezed, you would be saying white man. You would fucking tell us it was a white man. Why? What do you mean men, bitch? What do you mean? Filipinos? Fucking Arabs? What the fuck? What kind of fucking men, bitch? What kind of men? No one even talks like that. People don't even really talk like that in real life. Yo, I seen two Mexican dudes. Man, it was a couple black guys just hopped out the car. You see the white boys? The white boys, don't nobody just say men. No one talks like that, especially when it's something like this. I saw two men. Hey, man. We went to the club last night, and Johnny pulled these two women. Johnny pulled two women, and we went back to the hotel with two women. Nah, man. Johnny had these white girls, man. I don't know where the fuck they was from. Look like they from goddamn Europe or somewhere, but these two white girls, man, we went back to the hotel, man. Shit, man. Who talks like this? A car pulled up and men jumped out. These people are woke, man. Fuck these people, man. Fuck these people, because they gonna turn around after this shit and be calling people racist and shit. Once they get their insurance claim and their permit to rebuild their house, they're going to be right back to calling fucking conservatives racist. And look, she's smiling because she knows. Look how she's smiling because she feel uncomfortable.
It was wild. We just started seeing all these cars pull up, doors open, and groups of men running up our street, going up to the doors of these houses. And we weren't sure what was going on. I'm thinking, are these people here to help my neighbors? I hope so. And I left. And then my husband talked to the police and said, what are those guys doing? These guys don't live here. Get them out. My next door neighbor said,
these guys don't live here. Get them out, you fucking racist. How you know they don't live there? How do you know they don't live there? Does she know everybody in her fucking neighborhood? How does she know these men that jumped out of the trucks? How does she know that those men don't live there? How the fuck do you know they don't live there? Those men. You know everybody? You've met every single person in your fucking neighborhood?
and talked to the police and said, what are those guys doing? These guys don't live here. Get them out. My next door neighbor said, his quote, there were like 100 people that came up on scooters and were trying to get into any and all.
100 people came up on 100 people came up on scooters. Well, she just snitched, bitch. You just snitched and you inadvertently snitched, bitch. You fucking blue-haired liberal. You accidentally snitched when you said scooters. So now we know who it was because you said scooters. All that fucking hemming and hawing you did was for nothing, idiot.
Like 100 people that came up on scooters and were trying to get into any and all houses on the street.
And did you physically see police officers stopping them?
I didn't, but it's not to say that they weren't. It was so incredibly chaotic, and I was so worried about my big family and getting them out of
your safety. You were worried about, you were scared shitless. You were scared shitless about your personal safety. Yo, these liberals are so fucking annoying, trying so hard not to be racist. They make everything about race. This don't even gotta be about race. Yo, fucking 100 Mexicans on scooters came up here and fucking just started looting all the homes. She could have said all this shit in one sentence.
It's not to say that they weren't. It was so incredibly chaotic, and I was so worried about my big family and getting them out of our old tinderbox of a house that.
And I was worried that these 100 fucking grizzled-eyed, wily-looking fucking Chicanos was gonna fucking hurt us, man. That they're gonna, I don't know if they're gonna to sexually assault me or fucking knock me upside the head. I was terrified. Salute to Eric S., South Nation Hall of Famer, coming through once again.
And I was so worried about my big family and getting them out of our old tinderbox of a house that I was just focused on them first.
Jeez, they're so exhausted, man. Golly, man. It's so annoying, man. It exhausted, man. So pretentious, man. So virtue signaling and shit. What's up, KB?
What's What's up, Bach?
What's cracking?
I'm chilling, man. I'm sad, man. It's a tragedy. I'd like to know
Yeah.
more, but I don't know if I really want to, waste time doing all that research. What's really behind all this shit?
That dude, what's his name? Ian Carroll, man. We gotta get Ian Carroll on the case, man.
Who is
We gotta
that?
get Ian Carroll is he's a that guy who always does he always does the white guy with the big mustache that always always does the exposés and shit on Twitter.
I was thinking
see
of Project Veritas, but I'm not sure I know that. Ian Carroll.
Hold on, let me see Ian Carroll, man. Let me see if he got something on this, man. Here he is. Let's see Ian Carroll, man. He said, "No, he's not talking about it." Okay, here he is. Here we go. Let's see what he's talking about, man. You'll know him when you see him.
Right. So we're out walking the dog, and I think a new fire just broke out right here. Okay. It's a lot for the dog. Yeah, it's a good girl. So yeah, a fire just broke out right here over the hill while we're out walking Gigi. I was planning on going for a little walk up into the hills over here, but I guess we're gonna go and see what's burning. I mean, it looks like they're trying to respond pretty harsh. There's like planes in the air already. There's helicopters up already. I've seen at least 3. Sirens just blasted by. And it's like a lot of smoke in the air already all at once. So this woman up here is already spraying her house down with a hose. I don't know if that's going to help, but that's the way you do it, I guess. Up here, this is the intersection where the cops have it blocked off. Enter the neighborhood. Pretty wild atmosphere in this neighborhood where this fire is breaking out. Everyone is out on the corner on their phones, super worried. Cops are trying to keep the streets clear. People are trying to barge their way into where it is. Dogs are chained up and tense. Come on, Gigi. Pretty unnerving. So it's like up and over the back of the neighborhood here. I'm not even sure if it's in the houses or not yet. It kind of feels like it's up in the hills behind the neighborhood. But I'm walking up Calvert Street, the 24400 block of it. It's pretty wild. It's pretty tense. And all the residents is vibe. Feeling very fortunate to not own a home here right now. So the fire's up the road up there, but it's not. The police said that it has not hit the houses yet. So it's in the hills above this neighborhood. And they've got choppers dropping water all over it. And right now the wind feels like it's blowing away from the neighborhood, hopefully. To me anyways, here down on this side of the hill. But it's hard to say. A bunch of
Pantheon, what are y'all saying about this in Great Britain, man?
Nothing much because we have our own issues. But I don't know. I feel like it was started on purpose. It really is giving me Maui 2.0.
Oh wow.
That's just my personal opinion. But also, I don't know if you've seen the thing about, someone did mention it in the comments as well, about the Smart City LA 2028, their plan. And I think Maui had the same thing, that they wanted to make it a smart island.
Yeah,
So
Maui was definitely a land grab.
So what is burning everything down, all the rich people's houses down? How does that in the suburbs? How does that make, like, what part of the plan is it?
I also think, and I don't know if it's too much conspiracy, too much into it, but obviously with what's been going on with Hollywood, it's also, would they just want to burn it down? I don't know. Like I said, it's getting too much into conspiracy, but would they just want to burn down everything so there really aren't records of bad stuff happening? Because at this point, any theory can kind of be looked into.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what else is he got anything else on here.
But it's interesting because there's also, LA has the Olympics coming up as well, don't they, for
Right.
2028?
Right.
So kind of how are they going to tackle that with this when it's 3 years away? Or 2032, I think it is. Sorry, I don't think it's 2028.
Oh wow, you done got real spooky on this, man. The Olympics, I just don't. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what purpose the people. If they were burning down the ghetto, then you can say, oh, they're poor people. They don't care about the poor people. These people, like, this is the elite, man, that's getting their houses burned down, man, and they're gonna have to fucking pay a fucking shit ton of money to build those houses back up, or just leave.
But they have the removal of the insurance, and depends. Aren't these more kind of middle class, lower middle class people? A lot of the people who have inherited houses.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what's burning more? Like the people who've had them for 50 years and it was their grandmother's house. More than the ghettos.
Mm.
And I think a lot of people as well have beachfront properties, which you can imagine wealthier people would want to have that space and area.
As a fire engulfs more homes and buildings, at least 10 people have died, 10,000 buildings have been destroyed, and another 60,000 are at risk. More than 8,000 personnel have been deployed to fight the blaze. Local authorities are working tirelessly to bring it under control, but strong winds have made firefighting difficult. It could take days to fully extinguish the flames. The wildfires have triggered lawlessness too. There are growing reports of looted homes as more people abandon their homes to save their lives. Here's a report.
Los Angeles is burning. It's a scale of devastation the city has never seen before. At least 10 people have died. The fires have spread across 35,000 acres. 10,000 buildings have been destroyed. Another 60,000 are at risk. The damages are worth well over $100 billion. This is the costliest wildfire in US history.
Based on the devastation that is clear, it looks like a bomb, an atomic bomb dropped in these areas.
Videos
That's
like
a
these
crazy
paint
statement.
a grim picture.
Those are huge swaths, man.
Multiple wildfires are burning across Los Angeles now. None of them are anywhere close to being contained. The skies are buzzing with aircraft, dropping retardants and water on the flames, but these efforts are making little impact. For the victims of this fire, these losses are personal and real. Los Angeles is home to Hollywood. The wildfire is even threatening the city's iconic Hollywood sign. Many A-list celebrities have lost their homes. This includes names like Mel Gibson, Adam Brody, and Paris Hilton, who shared a video of her charred home in Malibu.
Wow. I want to see what the people. Okay, let's see what this guy talking about.
Overnight, driven embers brought to life, sparking new fires. We're inland, southeast of Malibu, in the Santa Monica Mountains. An entire hillside now become a volatile mix of roaring flame and glowing embers with the potential to reignite. For now, the winds have calmed, but in the coming days, the forecasters predict that the Santa Ana will blow hard and fast again. 200 meters up the mountain, the fire's burning violently. There's a wall of flame advancing on this house about 40 meters just down the canyon. Now, there's no way you can put fire crews into terrain like that on a scale like this and hope to achieve very much. All the fire people can do is watch these properties and, if they think they're in jeopardy, start hosing them down. Helicopter pass after pass to drop retardant. And there's a clue in the name. It will slow a fire, but not stop it. Once the sun was up, we made it to the Pacific Palisades Bowl. This area, once a much-loved beachside mobile home park until 3 days ago. Pretty much the only thing that survived here, the Stars and Stripes.
When did you first hear things were going wrong, Michael?
Take a look at the dream beach place Michael Hattam had built up with his family over the years. He showed us what's left.
You've lost everything.
Everything in the house, yeah.
Right.
And we had just moved in July on Independence Day, no less. And it took us about 2 years to build.
Goodness me.
A few yards away, Dave and his brother back to salvage a few emotional mementos from his home, or rather, his pile of ash and twisted metal.
These I got from my martial arts students, and that's just for lighting the barbecue. I mean, there's
But
just
it's
things
emotion,
that survived.
isn't it? Yeah. Home for 20 years. You know, you just can't replace some things, of course, like the surfboard he learned on all those years ago.
Your prize surfboard that you learned
Prize
on.
surfboard, yes.
Tell us, where was it?
It's standing right here, and it's not now. Yeah.
Reminders of a previous lifestyle he has strewn about. Sheet music somehow spared the flames.
Wow. That is absolutely amazing, man. Sheet music. So you know those are wealthy people. Who's going to have sheet music? You know what I mean? Who's going to have sheet music? Wow. Unbelievable, man.
Also, I'm just wondering, like, what do you think about the potential land grab? Because you did mention before that California has crazy permit issues. So even just zoning or whatever, trying to say this is my property would probably take eons, unless they kind of expedite that. But do you think that a lot of immigrants would almost... I think I'm trying to say, would there be a first come, first serve situation where you'll just have random people, immigrants, saying, no, this is my property?
Squatting on land squatting?
Yeah, literally, like going to officials and saying, like, this is my property.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have tons of that, and that's going to bog down the system and clog up the system. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, these are legals. Yeah,
because
they're very
if they're already going in now, for the ones that have already been burnt out and either looting or trying to stay there, they're staying there while the property owners have evacuated. By the time they come back, it's like, no, I've been here for a month. I've been here for 3 months over the 12-week period. This is now my property.
Yeah, especially the structures that are still standing that the people have evacuated from. Wow. Shit. I 1000% believe they're going to do that. Yeah, they're going to do that. Fuck. Wow.
And then
There's nothing
also
you can do
the
about that.
owners, yeah, because the owners also, unless LA like city, unless the town hall kind of hasn't been affected, you're now having to fight to say, no, this is my name. You don't have your passport, you don't have your ID, you have nothing. And you're kind of going on a hope and a prayer that the person in the office believes that you own that property.
Your daughter or your son from you.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely can't be understated how fires just really destroy everything. Like with 911, you know, or fires stuff, Pentagon, like all the documents just obliterated. So it's a good way to cover shit up.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, shit. Wow. Yeah, they're gonna do that. They're gonna definitely squat on those people's land. They're gonna definitely contest. They're gonna be looking through the fucking rubble for deeds and shit. They're gonna make fake deeds. They're gonna go. You're gonna go. You're gonna file an insurance claim. They're gonna say they've already got a claim on your house. Someone already filed it. You're gonna go to get a permit. They're gonna say, hey, somebody already submitted a permit. Yo, shit. Yeah, it's gonna be for those people. Yeah, they are in for it. They are in for a long ride, Jack. Whew. It says this Cali fire shit is an inside job for fundraising from famous Diddy Epstein actors, except Corey Feldman. Jesus.
Kind of what I was going on about, but yeah.
My conspiracy side says this fire is destroying a lot of evidence. The timing is crazy when Hollywood and the music industry is about to get ripped apart for trafficking and abuse charges. There's a lot of wrongs for this to be right. I don't know. It's just easy. So it's so many easier ways to do this, man.
The only thing I would say different is since 2020 there has been a January fire across the globe in Australia, Canada, and I think other places, South America. So it has happened every January for the past 4 or 5 years. But I think the difference obviously is this is now the land of the sanctimonious. Like, oh, pray, donate to these people across the globe. So now it's happening to them. Will
And
they
it's
get
a
the
very
same response?
No doubt, and it's a very densely populated place. Like
Yeah.
Australia, that was just like that's like desert and shit. A bunch of kangaroos was getting killed. This is like literally the densest populated county in the country. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's going to be hearings about this, congressional hearings about this. It's going to be all types of conspiracies. It's going to be like 9/11, anything where people are going to believe what they want to believe. This is Biden's last. This is his last hurrah, man.
It's
This is
a
his
big
last.
FU to Trump, isn't it? Like, look,
Yeah,
I'm going to
maybe-
leave this with you 2 weeks before your inauguration.
Maybe they're punishing all the Hollywood elites who failed to promote Kamala well enough.
To oust Trump, yeah.
Wow. I think Biden admitted that there was looting going on, man. Today, man. Anybody who thinks that the looting, damn, that's LPP, that the looting is just, not really happening. I saw him interviewing saying that it was a loot. Oh, that's January 2020. These are not. It said, if Joe Biden says there are looters, believe him. He knows a lot about looters. Christ.
But I do think it is insane to be in such a fire kind of centric area and not have proper preparation. That is insanity.
Yeah, I mean, also it could just be like incompetence though. Like it doesn't have to be a conspiracy. Like look who's in charge. When you look at the pictures of who's in charge out there, you can believe that they're that incompetent. You know what I mean? Like everybody's out there DEI, man.
I ask you, we've got to deal with this misinformation. there were hurricane force winds of mis and disinformation, lies. People want to divide this country, and we're gonna have to address that as well. And it breaks my heart as people are suffering and struggling that we're up against those hurricane forces as well. And that's just a point of personal privilege that I share that with you, because it infects real people that are out there, people I meet every single day, people the mayor's been meeting with, and they're having conversations that are not the typical conversations you'd have at this time. And you wonder where this stuff comes from. And it's very damaging as well. But we're here to get the job done. I ask you, we've got to deal with this misinformation.
Misinformation. Oh God.
What's
Give me a
misinformation or
fucking break.
damaging? Because nothing that has happened was ever beyond the scope of reality. Experts and so forth were saying it was only a matter of time. All these, like, I'm sure California knows they have winds. They know they have brush that needs to be brushed away. Like, so all this, it's misinformation. It's damaging to our efforts. They all knew it was only a matter of time.
They think they still own all the social media, so they think they can. They're probably like used to being able to like put those dog whistles out so they can censor people. Like, so if you talk about like how the fire started, you can get your account taken or something like that. Like, that's what he's trying to like dog whistle. But Elon owns Twitter, and maybe on YouTube they won't like it, but yeah, that was just a dog whistle. Like misinformation. People are spreading misinformation. Punish them. Go punish them. Go tell them to
Well,
stop.
Zuckerberg has just decided to end that as well, hasn't he? The fact checking. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, Zuckerberg is he red pill. He made that switch quick, man. Him and Scarborough, they always like, yo, I see which way the wind is blowing. That just goes to show you how full of shit these people are. That they just can change their whole political view by who has the power. They saw Trump had a mandate. It was like, oh shit. Salute to Scott Kelly, man. He said it's snowing in North Carolina, man. Shout out to you. Salute to Kimberly Ashcraft, says absolute best channel on YouTube. Can't get this level of honest reporting anywhere else. Plus the chat is epic. Plus the added humor is on another level. Love it. Thanks, Ock, and everyone in the chat. Salute to you, Kimberly Ashcraft. Wicked and Fisherman. What are your thoughts, man?
Yo, I was telling Fish in the back, who do you think is gonna clean LA up? You know who's gonna clean LA up.
Yeah, man.
Who's
That's
gonna
true.
build that bitch back up, Chief?
That's true. Especially for the cheap, because the economy and all these people need all that shit done at the same time. Yeah, for the cheap.
They're gonna have burritos doing it for cheap and for good, licensed companies with burritos. They're gonna be the ones doing building the houses up and cleaning. They're gonna do all of that. And I'm not trying to be dramatic and exaggerate.
Nah,
It is
you're
what
right.
it is.
It is, yeah. Like you can't get around that, man. That they're gonna be like that grunt work, that shit that the worker bees. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's gonna be some gliders and some men in there, but come on.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, but that means they may have to bring more of y'all in there, man.
Man, look, they better know to not bring the Venezuelans, bring the Mexican ones, because the Venezuelans don't work like the Mexicans.
Nah, they don't. Mexicans are a different breed, man. Yeah, that's true. That is true. They're gonna need y'all because this is look at this shit. Like cranes, like look at how do you clean all this shit up? Where does it go? Okay, landfill somewhere, but or maybe they recycle a lot of this stuff. Even though houses, there's very little metal in houses. This piping.
They're not gonna recycle much of that at all.
Yeah,
just throw it in the ocean.
It's burnt.
Yeah, burn it. Yeah, a lot of that is yeah. It's funny they're not talking about pollution. all the climate active, all this burning shit, all this plastic. Because think about in a house, how many plastics and rubbers there are in every house, and what drywall, what is that made out of? I'm sure that's not good for the environment when it's burnt. I'm sure plaster and all this shit and the paint burned is not good for the environment. All that shit has been burning for days nonstop, and you ain't heard nothing about. This is, on another note, this is too bad. This is affecting the climate. No one's mentioning that.
Yeah, it'll take years just to clean up like blocks. A lot of this, I think they're just going to get it semi cleaned up, and then a lot of it's not going to get rebuilt.
So do the people move further out, or do they move back into the city?
I think a lot of people are going to move away.
Might as well get out of the state.
The insurance
to do so.
The insurance problems with this are going to take fucking forever.
Yeah, I think Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona.
Nobody's going to...
A lot of new people.
Nobody's going to want to touch... Like, you can't just go in and start cleaning up right away. You have to have insurance claims people come in there and survey everything. So you can have... Like, my uncle used to do that shit. You can't just, turn around and walk back in there and start fucking with stuff.
Right. So there's going to be a lot of claims and justice. You're going to get a job. They're going to be fucking hiring crazy.
Dude, my uncle, he was making $60K a month doing hurricanes.
Wow. Yeah.
I think the people who have immediate family in other states are going to go there and probably just never move back. And then the people who have no option, I think, will go through the insurance route and try and get what they can get back, kind of reimbursement.
How long do you think this is going to go on? Like, when are the fires going to be under control, you think?
I have no idea. I'm not familiar with the area at all, or like what it's doing, but I don't think this is something that you can control with people. It's just a matter of when it decides it's done. It hits some sandy area or something.
Might say when it rains. Yeah, it got to rain exactly where the fires are too. Yeah, man. And those 5 fires. Wow. Jeez, man. This came out of nowhere because this usually happens. You have a lot of fires. Remember the Canadian fires? What was it, a couple years ago?
I think they were last year, Canada's fires.
Yeah, that shit was like a big story, but didn't do like this. Cardi B and her WAP. Jesus Christ. God.
Where's the strong sun sister at that was on the news yesterday talking about how educated the sister firefighters are?
Well, all their degree charts have burnt down, so.
Homes were burning. Do you regret burning? Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today?
Pathetic.
Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
See, that's journalism right there.
No apology for them?
She is so in over her head. It's not even funny.
Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was
You would think a long haul flight was enough time to at least even come up with no comment, or I'll release a statement later.
14-hour flight, man.
She went to Africa.
Hey, or give us a cliche. Say nothing. You know what I mean? Like, say a nothing burger sentence.
So she just goes right into the like the speech when the family gets interviewed after her son kid is killed. He was funny. He could light up a room. The brain just breaks.
LA show was funny. Yo, I
LA could light up a room.
I don't want to shock you guys, but here in Chicago, the fire chief is a sister.
Yeah, of course.
No surprises here.
No, not at all. Of course. Wow.
And obviously they're making a DI push here too, because fuck the white boys, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think 2025 gliders need to have a reckoning with themselves.
Worldwide too. Like,
yeah, for all these positions, like they need to stop it.
The global glider. Yes.
A worldwide summit of gliders going to the table, back to the table.
Yeah, man. Because it's like it's bad everywhere for y'all, and it's self-inflicted. That's the worst part. Like y'all literally are doing this to yourself.
Yeah, it's the damnedest thing, man.
Like
we'll take a back seat to go to the front of the podium. Like it's crazy.
They responded. They interviewed this suspect.
It's almost like they don't need some people.
Looking at some additional evidence that was present, they made the determination that there was not enough probable cause to arrest this person on arson or suspicion of arson, and therefore this person was arrested on a felony probation violation. This investigation is ongoing, however, and I'd like to thank those community members that were involved.
That's the guy, the little goddamn Chicano that fucking had the blowtorch and shit.
Hey, I want to say real quick though, before you start the video, it's almost like they don't even need some people. Like they're pretty good at destroying themselves.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. This guy, that guy right here, he's definitely
listen to the LAPD.
Right?
Well, we know also police.
That guy's definitely a Mexican, right? He ain't no Salvadorian, I know that much, right?
It's kind of hard to see him. He's like a little guy, right? Like a short guy.
Hold on, let me pull him up. Hold on, let me see what this guy's saying right quick.
Wicked, how tall are you?
What's happening over in California?
Oh yeah, I said before, KB, I'm 5'11", but I keep it on me, so I was like I'm 7 feet. I keep my pistol.
You 5'11"? Well, you're a giant, man, for a burrito, man.
I'm 5'11", but really I'm 7 feet. I keep it on me.
He's probably half glider.
I mean, I can't see. I've seen me. I look like an burrito, right?
No, you definitely look like goddamn Univision. You look like one of the motherfuckers with Telemundo and shit, man. Not the maid. You look like the motherfucker that's the star of the show and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I told you guys before, man. I'm like 50% Spanish, 40% native. So it makes sense.
So you're a taco Melungeon.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're in London. But you were in the wrong poll.
Right, but my pistol's all glider though.
Damn.
If you're upset at what's happening over in California with the fires and you just so happen to be on the left, here's something important to remember. For some odd reason, your Democrat mayor, LA Mayor Karen Bass, decided that we should cut the funding of the fire department by almost $20 million. Good job, Democrats. As always, the Los Angeles Fire Department had its budget cut by a staggering $17.6 million this financial year. But don't worry, guys, she's there for you guys. Not really. Actually, she's in Ghana right now for the Ghana's president's inauguration.
Like, why is the mayor of LA at the Ghana? The mayor,
because she's black.
Right.
Why does she stay there? Fuck.
I need to show you a video that I saw. Ghana has granted. They were saying they were gliders, but they're all desert demons. Citizenship. So they were all coming down the steps from the citizenship office with their new pieces of printed paper. So Ghanaians are pissed off about it.
They're letting in desert demons. Yikes.
Yeah,
Hey,
and citizenship.
Wasn't Ghana the one that hates alphabet people?
A lot of them do.
You're thinking of Uganda, but I'm sure they also.
Uganda.
Same,
Yeah,
hey,
Uganda.
look, same difference.
Yeah, Uganda.
Tell you what, Hollywood and Los Angeles, California, they're getting so much airtime on the news. You got reporters actually crying. That's how bad it is. But remember a little town called Asheville, North Carolina? Do we remember that? My favorite is watching Harrison Ford, a multi-billionaire, get into his car and act like he's sad that his mansion's burning down so he can drive in his Mercedes-Benz to his next property. Or the fact in a week we're probably going to see all kinds of promos from these celebrities asking for us to help them. But the real juicy story mainstream media is never going to tell you about is that homeowners in California lost their fire insurance 2 months prior to all this bullshit that's happening right now. Kind of like in the mountains of North Carolina where nobody had flood coverage. Once in a lifetime event from the Bible times happens. You see what's going on here? It's kind of like a plan. Tell you what, Hollywood.
So I don't know. I can't confirm that those people lost their fire insurance. I can't confirm that.
I there's no way, man. That sounds like it'd be a criminal investigation, you know?
Yeah, man. That's too convenient.
Too much of a coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh no, they did. The insurance companies removed it from.
Oh shit.
You know, and people are saying it was even up to a fortnight ago.
Damn.
I think it's probably been within 2 years, but they're saying
we don't know. We don't know what the hell a fortnight is. A kilo. We don't know what none of that shit is.
2
What are you
weeks.
talking about? Bro?
2 weeks. No, but they're saying that insurance companies, because of the cost, it happens so often that they don't like paying out, so that they've removed fire protection from insurance. What do you have? State Farm, and I don't know the names that well, but they've removed that. So they have, Gavin Newsom has the standard federal fire safety thing. I'm not too well versed in it, but yeah, no, that is true that fire protection from insurance is gone.
I couldn't live out there, Rock, man. I'll stick to my shooting range that is Chicago, you know?
Wow.
So what the hell does the insurance even cover? Like fire is the most common shit.
Over there, right? It'd be like Florida canceling hurricane insurance or whatever.
Right.
Damn. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is we know they know weather. They can forecast weather. Maybe they knew the winds was going to be a certain way during fire season. So they probably was like, yo, let's cancel this shit.
Yeah, they were
really
saying
the
that,
wind.
Yeah, they were saying that a year ago or something, there was a lot of rain, and a lot of trees bloomed as a result, and plants. And this past year there was no rain, so they burned up apparently.
Wow. That is coincidence. That is a hell of a coincidence, man. God damn. Jeez.
But in a way, it makes sense because from their point of view, nothing is being done to prevent it because the fire budget has been cut. There's no brushing of the woods. Like there's no water diversion. So why would they want to pay out when the state is literally doing nothing to prevent it in the first place? It's a lost cause for them.
They're covering their asses.
That makes sense. Wow.
I found out today, I don't know if this TMI or not, but I found out today that I ain't got fire insurance. So I'm figuring all that out, bro, because my crib burned down. That's just M's wasted, bro. Like, so I gotta figure all this stuff out where, I got insurance for my crib and stuff. Because if I don't got fire insurance, bro, it's a wrap. I just gotta take the L on the chin. I'm not trying to do that. So I'm in the middle of trying to make that work right now. Get my insurance right.
He's streaming.
Seems like he's taking it pretty well.
Maybe if he pulls out the glizzies with the switches, the fires will back off.
Yeah. He's a streamer. He's a rapper too.
They gonna rob the firefish.
Yeah, they're gonna open fire on the fire.
Wow.
Front on the fire.
It's gonna be a lot of rappers referencing fire as ops now from the West Coast.
Wow. Jeez.
I mean, I couldn't live there. I couldn't live in a place where this is a possibility, you know?
Yeah. Well, at least the fire didn't stop right there.
I guess home was the hardest, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, losing everything, man. Jesus, like I'm talking about everything. Like, there's nothing. I saw one couple talking about they heard they had to evacuate, and they thought that it was just going to go past because this happens from time to time, and they left and came back the next day and their house was burned down. They were like, we wish we would have taken like some our important stuff, our paperwork, our pictures, our valuables and stuff. And I'm like, yo,
sentimental value.
There's no way if there was a fire raging like that anywhere near my house and I got an evacuation notice, I would pull a fucking U-Haul truck up to my house and pack everything in that bitch.
Yeah, laptops, hard disk drive, photos.
I would have a to-go box. I would have a to-go box ready for whenever.
Fucking U-Haul truck. Fuck that. Think about. I mean, how long does it take to run a U-Haul truck? Just go down to U-Haul, rent a truck, and fill all your shit up, and then take it. Because I mean, these people lost Think about it, man. Like, you don't. Because it's hard for us to think about it now because we have our stuff, and you can't really appreciate that until it's gone, right? But just think about all your shit. Like, listen, all my shit is in my house. Okay? All of it. Everything. Think about if you lost all your shit. Everything. The feeling of that in the pit of your stomach. And then think about how much these people have. These people have a lot of shit. They have artwork. They've traveled all over the fucking world 1,000 times. They got mementos, pictures and shit. They got all type of fucking equipment and shit for whatever hobby they have and shit, instruments. And these are worldly people. These are people of, you know what I'm saying? These are not like just regular people, just that these people have a lot of shit, a lot of valuables. And keepsakes and mementos and family jewels and things passed down from generation to generation. And all of that shit is gone.
But a lot of them also have backups because of their status.
Backup wedding dress, a backup wedding ring.
The wedding dress, you're married. You have the memento. I'm not trying to diminish it, but you have the memento.
Dress.
A backup, like the time we went to fucking we went to fishing in the Amazon and I caught a fucking whatever.
You have the memory.
I mean, like these people, yo, you live in an apartment or a house, Pantheon?
A flat.
A flat. Okay, so you don't have much, but it's like these people have a lot of shit.
Some people have they get attached to their belongings. They has
Absolutely. And I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just saying a lot of them have not all of them, but a lot of them, or at least in Europe, they tend to have a bit more fake art kind of shown, and then the actual real art are in safes completely in a different place.
Yeah,
but
okay.
But not even the art, but what about like your baby's pictures, your baby's first fucking tooth,
video cassettes? The video.
I get like I've lost like funnily enough, it's not even funny, but I like my mother and I had stuff in a storage unit, and the whole like storage thing went up in flames. So like I've lost stuff in a fire, especially stored stuff, and it is the thing of like I don't have childhood photos because they went.
Yeah.
So I have experienced something like this, but not to the extent of I have nothing, but enough that mementos from the first half of my life like don't exist. Like I don't have them. So I do understand, but a lot of them with their wealth, they can move on quicker than those who've lost it. But you literally just have to have the memories and carry on.
Department and our city. It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say justifiably what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community. Did they fail you? That is our job. And I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs. Did they fail you? Yes.
Chief Kristen Crowley, I believe the anchors wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
So she says that the mayor and the state and city failed them.
Some comments.
I wish she said more.
We do, Gigi. If you could please ask her regarding the Times article that came out that the Santa Ynez Reservoir was closed to repairs and it was empty. 117 million gallons of water could have been used in this fight.
The question is about the Santa Ynez Reservoir being empty. There's been a lot of questions about that.
Sure. So my stance on this is when a firefighter comes up to a hydrant, we expect there's going to be water. We don't control the water supply. Our firefighters are there to protect lives and property and to make sure that we're properly trained and equipped. That's my position on this. So if there's no water, I don't know how the water gets to the hydrants. Please defer that to DWP or whomever controls that part. But I can tell you the resiliency of our firefighters, if there's no water, they're going to go find water. They're going to figure out a way to do the best they can with what they've got in a very dynamic situation.
And I know you expressed concerns that those DWP hydrants would not be inspected thoroughly because of the budget cuts.
That is something to discuss, and we're going to look into that in regard to how we can ensure there's going to be water when we need it. But in the end, I'm going to defer that to DWP and whomever else controls the supply. I can guarantee you that when our firefighters showed up on that day with what they had, they did absolutely everything they could do to rescue and to save people's lives and property. And that's the bottom line. Now let's get them what they need to do their jobs. And so
let's get them water, Chief, because I was with your firefighters and they literally were watching a house burn down with pain in their eyes, not being able to do anything except pull water from a swimming pool to try to save a nearby structure that wasn't burning, and literally watching a house burn to the ground because they had no water.
That's exactly right. But did they continue to work? And did they continue to do what they had to do the best they could with what they had? Yes.
Chief, follow up. Thank you very much.
Such a moral, fake-ass moral victory.
Wow.
You get what you pay for, right?
Man, it's just crazy. It doesn't matter who it is. You getting fucked over by them. It ain't gonna be Republicans or Democrats. It's both.
I mean, how do you stop those fires, man? I just don't see how. They always say
You have to be prepared well.
Drop a couple of diss tracks.
Hey, did you ever see where they were interviewing people and this one dude said, "Hey, you're the news, you should know." And they're like, "Well, we don't know. We're trying to figure out why they started." And he was like, "I think the fire started from all the gay people that live in LA."
Yeah,
Sodom and Gomorrah. Like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah,
is that what he was getting at?
No, I don't know what he was getting at. I just thought he had
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well, maybe, but I just thought he had his time for the mic, so he went ahead and said what he really thought.
But is he wrong though? Is he wrong?
Hell no, he ain't wrong.
God don't like ugly, man.
What took so long?
Wow.
The Juice Crew, God don't like ugly, man.
Bullshit. Loves that.
Wow.
Mazel tov.
Wow.
This girl? Adebayo?
Nah, that's not. He dating Asia Wilson. That's fake news right there. Let's see.
What the?
like what?
You're ringing stuff up as Kool-Aid packets, and then you rang up a tank top for the shirt.
I'm gonna hang on to your purse for you. No, you're not gonna touch my purse. And you can keep that. Everyone's not cooperative. You're under arrest. You are under arrest. I didn't walk out that door. Do not move. You are under arrest. You are under arrest. Do not move.
Oh shit. Here's the thing, right? Like, why would you put yourself in a position to be tased if you're pregnant? And if you haven't been tased yet, why wouldn't you do everything you could to make sure you didn't get tased? It seems like she's willing to get tased to keep on walking.
Of course she is.
Hell yeah, she is.
Going to jail.
She makes some money off it.
She's probably using her pregnancy to do all her criminality.
She's gonna be a great mother.
I need you to come here. Place your hands behind your back. I'm not going to jail. I didn't say you're going to jail. I said
She said, I'm not going to jail. Yo, sisters is fucked up.
Hey, she's still gonna be on the news. Watch.
you're under arrest.
No, that's
Sir, you cannot touch me. This. I can't. You are under arrest. I did not go nowhere. I did not even go nowhere. What is wrong with you? Get your hands off of me. Okay, get your hands off of me. You're hurting me. You're hurting me.
no. You need to back up because
She's pregnant.
she didn't leave.
I didn't even
Look at all this shit. Like, they create seeds all the fucking time. God damn.
Not worth it. Like,
This guy might lose
just
his fucking
gotta
shit.
pick that up.
He might lose his job over this shit. Shout out to Smokey Treats, man. Smokey Treats in the building, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Boston Shamrock. He said, "Can you join the panel on the phone? Been watching for 4 years." Nah, man, you gotta hit the link, man. Sorry, man. Gotta hit the
link. Yeah, I'm on the phone. You can hit the link on the phone, but it doesn't work.
I think he talking about calling in. I think he talking about like calling in, like you call into a show or something.
Oh, I thought he meant like talking through it. But
That's what I thought. I thought he thought we were all on laptops or something.
Nope, just hit the StreamYard link in the description.
Yeah. Wow. What if this guy loses his fucking job over this shit?
Depends where he's at.
Leave the door, so therefore you can't grab one.
Okay, can you let me go?
Let go.
No, I cannot.
Okay, yes, you can.
Under arrest.
No, she's not under arrest. She didn't leave out.
I didn't even go nowhere.
Nuh-uh.
Okay, can you just let me go?
The
No,
fuck?
I cannot. Okay, I will do what you ask. This is my daughter. Can you stop, please? I need her to leave me alone. Stop. Okay, Hyra, stop.
No.
Hyra, stop. Okay, she's pregnant. Please let me go, and I will calm down. Stop. Why are you
I told you they're using the pregnancy as an excuse. Oh, you can't arrest her. She's pregnant. She's pregnant.
Hey, I guarantee if this happened in Houston, she's gonna be on the Isaiah effect.
Yeah,
Talking about
let me go and I'll calm down. She said she's like controlling the fucking narrative. She's in control. It's crazy how they seize the shit like that.
Get my phone and record this.
No, he can't do nothing. You just walk out the door.
Okay. What are you doing? I'm not even doing nothing.
Get off of her. She didn't go out the door, so
I'm not even doing nothing.
Let her go.
I'm not even doing nothing.
You have items, so you have to let her go.
She is pregnant.
Okay, real simple. You guys are under arrest.
No,
You're not in charge for theft.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's not worth it, man.
Why does somebody want
Not
to
for
be
that glider. Not for that glider. It's just not worth it. I would have been like,
I know I freaked out a few, probably like CVS and Walmart employees, because obviously there's a lot of stuff in the US that isn't in the UK. So when I go, I'm always in the aisles for absolute ages. Like it's a whole event to go and look in. So I remember in CVS, I think I was in the local one near my aunt's house for nearly an hour. And I could just see them at the till, just continuously looking. And then they had to come up and say, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need anything?" I was like, "No, I'm okay." But yeah, I do enjoy it when they're busy looking. I'm like, I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah, man. Salute to Pro Bowler, man. Pro Bowler in the building, man. Shout out to you, man. Says good to see you streaming early. Yeah, man. Try to come back tonight, man. I got to take a little nap though, but yeah, definitely come back tonight, man. This is it any news? Let me see, make sure, because I hate when I stream and then I in the stream and then like something major just happened and shit. Let me see something, man. Let's see last hour. Wow. Let's see.
Here we go. We're going to Eaton Fire Update.
And then if you hold your questions, we will have a question and answer portion at the end. The first speaker is going to be the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors.
Yo, I know she didn't just do that, man.
Here we go. We're going to Eaton Fire Update.
And then if you hold your questions, we will have a question and answer portion at the end. The first speaker is going to be the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors Chair, Catherine Barger.
Thank you, AJ. Good afternoon. One of the most common questions I'm hearing from residents impacted, especially by the Eaton fire, is what do I do now and when can I go home? Our neighbors want to know where to go for immediate help, how to get information about their home, when they can return, and what long-term resources are available. I want people to know this evening at 4 p.m. there will be a virtual meeting for all residents impacted by the Eaton fire to get their questions answered. Rest assured, this is going to be just one of many of the virtual meetings that we are going to be having. We are going to allow the residents to be engaged and get the questions answered.
Who's this chick? So it's like 5 chicks that like
it's all women.
Fuck.
Coincidence?
You can't survive. You can't. You can't. Listen, not saying that some women can't be involved. It can't be all women though. Like that's just that's a non-starter, man. Like what the fuck? Okay, let's see this.
Remember the movie Demolition Man?
Out FEMA.
Huh?
Remember the movie Demolition Man?
As soon as the fires broke out.
Yeah, Demolition Man. Yeah. But
Clearly it's predicting its future. How California was.
As soon as the fires broke out, FEMA approved fire management assistance grants to reimburse California for firefighting costs, and the president immediately approved the state's request for a major disaster declaration for California, allowing impacted communities and survivors.
Another chick, like, this chick is the worst press secretary in the history. Like, she's so bad that there's nobody even this close second to how bad she is.
Yeah, I think she set a standard. Like she set a standard to not answer, avoiding all questions. All of them do it. A lot of people mimic her ways of doing press conference.
Well, the most of them usually can just freestyle it. They know all the facts, and they have somebody got to mute themselves, man. Somebody got to laugh at that. They know all the facts and they know what's going on, and they brief and they study. They study everything before they go up there, so they can just answer the questions off the top of their head. She's the first one I've ever seen that has that. She can only read. You know what I'm saying? She got to read the answers off of the book. None of them ever did that. It's just insane, man. She's so terrible.
To immediately access funds and resources to jumpstart their recovery. As you just heard from the president moments ago, we have made some progress over the last 24 hours. Overnight, local, state, and federal firefighters partially contained some of the largest wildfires. There is still a long way to go, but we will continue to be with the people of California every step of the way.
It's really hard right now on the cost of the disaster to put a number on it because we haven't been able to assess how much of the infrastructure has been damaged. I mean, we know the thousands of homes that have been impacted, but the real cost of these disasters comes from how much of the actual infrastructure has been damaged, the roads, the water system, the power, but also the soft costs and the economic impact. We know that this is going to be billions. And so we really want to continue to focus right now on whatever we can do to continue to support California in getting this fire suppressed and starting this recovery process. And again, thanks to the bipartisan support of Congress, we have enough funding to support those recovery efforts and these response efforts. Yeah, I mean, I would really defer to the city and the county for the specifics, but what I have been briefed is that it was an overload of the system, right? There were so many simultaneous fires that happened at once. There was multiple firefighting resources that were utilizing and using the water system to put out these fires, and it put a strain on the system.
So this woman, she's can answer all these, but she's answering the questions off the top of her head. She's not reading, and you have the press secretary here who literally has to read prepared statements to every question.
And it takes time for that system to then regenerate. But the specifics on it, I really just want to make sure that you talk with them. As we heard from, the Los Angeles City Fire Chief yesterday, they plan for this. They have other resources available with water tenders, and now we have the ability to fly the aircraft into these communities to help put that fire out. And so it really, you talk about the multiple simultaneous fires that started, and it just put a strain on the system.
Yeah, man.
I have to ask you, because you live in California, you are in the LA area. What has it been like for you the last couple of days as these fires, this inferno has destroyed 10,000 structures? People have died. People, I imagine, are suffering. What has this been like?
Awful, unfathomable, unrecognizable. I have friends who've lost homes that they built with their children growing up in them that have burned to the ground. So many people have lost so much. We've had fires here before, but never so many at the same time. It seems like it's a lot of insanity at once, which we know from God's word. Every day is a day closer to when Christ returns. But
oh my God,
the destruction, I've never seen anything like it. But I'm also honestly disgusted at the lack of preparation. We prayed for water for so many years in California. It was wasted. We have not been prepared with our firefighter shortages. We haven't cleared our brush. And I have found it, I was seething when I saw two of our politicians ask questions by very well-respected critics, journalists doing their jobs, that they were accused of being divisive. Our politicians are not monarchs. They're not kings or queens. They are public servants. They seem to forget that very easily. And yes, of course, it's about saving lives and homes. But when you're speaking with people who've lost everything, including family members, how dare you put yourself in a position?
But first, I want to bring in, and just standing next to me is Chef Jose Andres and actress Jennifer Garner. If you can join me now. I literally just saw them on the road and flagged them down and asked them to come join me. Chef, I want to begin with you. I have to say, this is the last place I ever thought I would see you. I thought I would be sent to...
Look how clean they are. You can tell they ain't been doing shit. They ain't been picking up no rubble or nothing. They clean as hell. Hands, no suit on their hands or nothing.
Somewhere else in the world that would experience something like this, and not to my hometown. What are you doing right now?
Well, it's what World Central Kitchen does. Be next to the people. We activated 1 hour after the fires began because, unfortunately, we have a lot of experience in fires and a lot of team members in LA. And as we saw that the fires keep growing, we keep adding more team members, more food trucks, and we're feeding people in shelters. We're feeding first responders. We are adapting because the situation keeps evolving day by day. And we are in every community, in every shelter, or in the places where the fire trucks gather to make sure that everybody is receiving food and water.
Unstoppable. If you are, that is true. If you are watching this right now and you're in Los Angeles County, you've been evacuated and you'd like a hot meal, where do you go?
Well, the good news is that it's not only what World Central Kitchen does. In the worst moments of humanity, the best of humanity shows up. So it's plenty of restaurants and chefs popping up in the middle of nowhere and doing tacos or hot dogs. So this is fortunately, this is the beauty of moments like this. But obviously, you can go to the worldcentralkitchen.org webpage. We're in a lot of places. We are in a lot of communities. And there you will find some of the places.
What? That motherfucker said you go to the webpage. What the fuck? What did he say?
This is the
Fortunately,
this is the beauty of moments like this. But obviously, you can go to the worldcentralkitchen.org webpage. We're in a lot of places. We're in a lot of communities.
I don't know what the fuck he just said. I'm hungry and I want to know where to go get some food at. What the fuck did he just say?
And there you will find some of the places that we are providing meals for the community, on top of the shelters, and on top of obviously the first.
You can tell they don't know what he's saying.
Everywhere we feel they need our help.
Jen, I know you're helping out. Why was it so important for you to link up with Jose for this?
Well, I've lived in and around the Palisades for 25 years. So I think all of us we want to get our hands into working somehow to be helpful. And because of my work with Save the Children, we have a relationship with Chef, and I was able to just say.
You like her fisherman? Smash her, man?
On who? Jennifer Gardner? Yeah. I mean, she's older now. But
what about you, KB? You smash, man? Shout out to Main TV, man. Main TV in the building.
Can I be with you for the day? What can I do to help put me to work? And
this is intensely personal for you. You just mentioned it's your neighbor. You lived here for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been trying to describe the Alphabet Streets, which are behind us. We're on Fisk right now, if anybody knows.
Can I tell you, my best friend's house was down the street. They had a gong in their front yard. There were so many kids. There were so many kids that played in the street, and they would hit the gong at the end of the day and call them home, just like neighborhoods across the country. It is not some faraway place that you can't reach. This is like the street we run down on 5Ks. This is where the little fire truck, that God bless our firefighters. This is where the fire truck goes, on the 4th of July parade. This is a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood.
One of the places that is close to me that I know is close to you is the Methodist Church. Yeah. It's right across the street from Palisades Elementary. When I was a kid, I did the bells. I sang in the choir, poorly. It's gone.
Yeah.
What did it mean to you?
I mean,
nothing.
It's my family's church. And it's where my kids went to Sunday school. We lit the Advent candle together there a couple of weeks ago. We watched the little kids perform. It's a preschool. It's a central place for our community. There's so many incredible AA meetings, Al-Anon meetings. It was a gathering. It's a gathering point for the entire community. And
what would you say to those people today?
Well,
okay, so that's the chef and Jennifer Gardner, right? Garner. Let's see the second.
And joining me now is Section Chief Kenichi Haskett of the Los.
Oh, okay, him. Okay, I thought it was the Asian. I was gonna say, you have to be like some fucking kind of ethnicity.
Los Angeles County Fire Department. Thank you
what
so much.
What kind of glider is this? This some fucking WAP or something? What the fuck is this, man?
For joining us, and we are so sorry for what you and your community are going through right now.
Thank you.
What is the status of your efforts to fight these fires right now?
Currently, today we're taking advantage of, as your weather meteorologist mentioned earlier, the subsiding of the winds, or the winds are manageable in the sense that we can get our aircraft up in the air. Unfortunately, we had to ground Quebec 1. That's one of our most valuable air assets that's able to scoop water from the ocean, instantly turn around and dump it on the fire immediately.
Yeah, like I always wondered that. Like the ocean's right there. Why y'all not using the ocean water? Like, why don't you just put a big hose in the fucking ocean and just spray the whole
Like, 'cause
fucking country?
it's anti-environment to them somehow, I'm sure.
Oh, the salinity of the water and shit,
Yeah,
or
or
maybe the
something.
fish will
You
get
could
caught up in there.
damage local fauna and flora. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And listen, I'm all the smelts and all that shit. I understand that. You need those little fish so that the medium fish can eat them and the big fish can eat the medium fish. I get that. Don't get me wrong. But there's gotta be something you can do, man, to use that water, man.
Because somebody was illegally flying a drone. So
So this is just me being intrigued, but obviously California is on the San Andreas fault. So if they had had an earthquake with fires, would they still have not had the water? Like, are they just not prepared for either fire or earthquake? It's just
Yeah.
insane.
They'll probably have an earthquake sometime soon. Like if they have, that'd be crazy. Like if they had an earthquake.
Yeah,
That'd
they've
just
been
be
saying
like,
the San Andreas fault is going to move at some point.
jeez.
Well, they could be as prepared as all hell, but look at all the leaders. It's all women. Like leadership's not
But first,
there.
I want to bring in and just
Yeah, it's a shit show out there. They're gonna and they're gonna vote for like none of this is really gonna change the people's like even the people who leave like and go other places. They're just gonna vote Democrat where they go.
Yeah, that's almost like the worst part. Is they're gonna leave and they're gonna go to Arizona and New Mexico and Nevada and Utah and they're just gonna vote for more liberals.
Yeah, Arizona's pretty conservative, right? Didn't they have John McCain and McCain and
They're
shit?
more conservative. Them in Utah are more conservative. Nevada can be kind of conservative too.
I think these gliders are going to go where property's cheap. So they're going to go to the Idahos, the Wyomings, the Dakotas, and that is going to be where they start changing policies.
So you mean they're gonna go soften it up for the Negroes because they're gonna like change the policies and put all this stuff in place to make black people welcome, like
Because technically, if you have literally nothing right now, as a lot of these people do, they are going to where land is dirt cheap in comparison to other states. So they are going to the mids.
Wow. Yeah, they're
They
gonna
go to the
rule.
neighborhood.
Wow.
Yo, that video arc of the Sun people talking about all the other Sun people moving in, that's some wild shit, man.
Wow. Shit. Well, this is 6. Yeah, man. We'll come back later on tonight, man. Any final thoughts, man?
Hey, shout out to you. Appreciate this afternoon space.
Salute to you, man. Same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Peace out.
Yeah, have a good night's rest, Doc.